Let's assume that we need to deploy two Active Directory domain controller for our project. So here we are going to use some variables to deploy that machine. First, that resource group name that we are going to use kjx0-mgtrg, the location where we are going to deploy our resources, that will be East US 2. A VNet name that will be KJX-0-VNet. Subnet name that will be KJX0-MGT subnet. These two resources I already have created. So if you want to learn how to create a subnet and VNet, please click the I button. Next one is the NSG. So we are going to use this variable as a name of the NSG, that KJX0-MGT-NSG. And the next one is VM name prefix. This will be the prefix of the VM name. Once we are going to create our VM, we will concat and we will modify the name, but this will be the static. And for the public IP, we are going to same pattern. In the later stage, I will show you what we are doing with the public IP and VM name. And next one is VM size. The VM size of the machine that we are going to use, that will be a B2MS, but based on your requirement, you can choose as you require. And we are going to use Azure Marketplace image to deploy our machine. So that's why I am going to choose publisher, offer, and SKU. The publisher will be Microsoft Windows Server, offer will be Microsoft Windows Server, and the SKU will be 2019 Data Center. So I'm going to use 2019 Data Center Windows machine for this deployment. The next one, that I'm going to provide the username of the machine and the password what we need to use to log in. For the demo purpose, I'm going to use as a plain text password, but for the production environment, deployment, and all those things, you need to use the best practice. And the last one is VM count. So we are going to deploy two VMs. For example, the VM name will be KJX0MGT DC001 VM and 002 VM. So how it will run. Let's move further and let's deploy the resource group here. To deploy the resource group, let me connect my session with the Azure. So let me run this. As you can see, now I am connected with my Azure session. Let me run these variables, because to create the resource group, we need to provide the variables, and few of the variables are required. So without that, we can't execute that next part. So let me run this. It's done. If you want to learn how to create a resource group, you can click on the I button. By clicking that I button, you will be redirected to the video where I have explained how to create the resource group. So first, I'm going to create the resource group. Let me run the section of the resource group here. It is creating the resource group. It's done. The next one is, let's create this network security group. So let me run this network security group command. So by the time the command is running, let me explain. We are going to use this new -az network security group command to create the new NSG. And the parameters that we are going to provide is resource group, location, and the name of the NSG. So as you can see here, the name of the NSG that we already provided in the variable, this one, the name of the NSG which get created, that is KJX-0-MGT NSG. As you can see here, it is already saying that creating network security group, the name of the NSG, and then the resource group where it's going to deploy. So this is how we are going to use the variables here. But I'm not sure if you have already noticed or not, but we have this $NSG. So what it will do, whenever we run this new -az network security group command, what it will do, the newly created resource parameter, it will dump to this variable. So if I run this variable, I will be able to see a few of the parameters here. The property of that resource is here, but there are more parameters that we can use for later purpose. So mainly we are going to use this variable to deploy our network interface card. The next part is getting the existing virtual network in subnet. As I said, we already have the VNet and subnet created. So what we are going to do, we are going to run this command to collect the property of the VNet. And the next one is the get-az virtual network subconfig. By providing this required parameters, virtual network, and name of the subnet, grab the property of that particular subnet here. As I described for the NSG variable, I am going to dump all the property of the VNet and subnet into the VNet and subnet variable. Let me run this. So next one, this is the main part where we are going to start deployment of our VM. So the line number 48, where we have created the for loop, what it will do, it will run the script, whatever we have written in this curly brackets, until and unless this condition will be not become false. So how it will work? Let me explain. So as you can see here, I have created a variable $I is equal to 1. So I am providing the value to this variable as a 1. Next one is the condition. The condition, what it will do, it will check the value of the I and it will compare with this variable. So here we are using less than or equal to. So for example, the value of the $I is 1 and the value of the VM count is 2. So this condition is true. Then it will execute this command, whatever we have in the curly bracket. So once it will execute this command, I am using this I plus plus. Okay. So what it will do, it will add 1 plus 1 to the value of the I. So right now the value of the I is 1. But once it will execute this script, then it will increase the value of the I. So now the value of the I will be 2. So again it will check the condition and compare with this VM count and execute this command again. So the value of the I will become 3. So when the value of the I will become 3 and it will compare with the VM count, the VM count, let's say we have set as a 2. So it's less than or equal to the value of the I. So now it will, this condition will not be true and it will be false and this will break the loop. How it will work? This for loop. Now let me move further and let me explain about the public IP. So the public IP we are going to create within this loop because we need to attach public IP to each of the VM. So that's why I am deploying the public IP in this loop. So as you can see here, we are going to use new -az public IP address, the parameter resource group, location name, and a location method. But as you can see on the name here, we are going to use concat to create the, or I can say form the name of public IP. So what it will do, we already have the prefix set in the variable section. It will took that value here and it will also took the value of the I and then it will add VM-pip at the end. So what it will be, so let me show you what it will form after this. So let me use this I is equal to 1. Let's assume, and then let me provide you the value of the public IP name. The public IP name will be that KJX0MGTTC. The value of the I is 1 and lastly VM-pip. So if I will run this bracket, let's see what will happen. So if I will run this bracket, as you can see here, it will form that KJX0MGTTC001VM-pip. So by that way, we will be able to form the name as per our desire. So same method I am going to use for the VM name here, and I am going to use VM prefix I plus VM. Let's move further. And as you already know, in the previous video, we learned what is this line number 55, that get as VM -name VM name. For the refresher, I am going to explain this command will check the status of the VM. If the VM is already there, and then it will dump the value of the VM to this variable. The if condition will check this variable has the value. If this variable has the value, that it will not execute the command or script, whatever we have in this bracket. So let me move further. Let's assume that we don't have that VM already. Again, I am going to form the name of the NIC. So it will use the name of the VM and add -nic at the end. And then again, it will check the VM is already there on the portal or not. It will not find any NIC with the same name. Then it will create the new one using this new -az network interface, resource group name, location name, subnet, public IP address, ID, and network security group ID. I'm not sure if you have noticed or not, but we are using this subnet properties here. So what we need here, we need the subnet ID. I am going to provide subnet ID by using .id property. So let me run this one. So as you can see, it is providing this the resource ID of the subnet. Still, we don't have the public IP created. That's why I will not able to demonstrate here for this one. But we already created this NSG. So if I run this nsg.id, it will provide the NSG's resource ID here. as you can see. Now let me move further. This all configuration I already explained in my previous video. So if you want to check what all these are, you can click on the I button. I will provide the link to that video. So by that way you will be able to check that what all properties are this. And then the last one is the new -az VM, resource group name, location, and VM config. This is all about creating the VM. So let me clear the screen and let me clean up the resource group and NSG what we have created, and I will be back. So I am back. I have cleaned up the resource group and NSG that we created previously. So since I'm already connected with my Azure account, I'm going to comment it out and let me run the whole script again for the demo. So it is going to create a resource group. Now it is creating the security group. As you can see, now it is going to create public IP for the DC001-pip. The public IP has been created. Now it is going to create this network interface for this 001 NIC. Now it is creating the virtual machine as a 001 VM. Let me skip that part and we'll start when it will get completed. As you can see that KJX0MGTTC001 VM has been created. Now it is creating that KJX0MGTTC002 VM public IP, and it is completed. Now it is creating the virtual machine that DC002 VM. So let me skip that part. I will be back once it will get completed successfully. Now the second VM has been created successfully. So let me show you on the portal how many resources we have for those VMs. So let me quickly go to the portal. Yep. So I'm already on that RG. So as you can see on the RG, we have first one is the NSG, the network security group that we created. The second one is virtual machine, NIC, the OS disk, and the public IP address that we created for this DC001 VM. So as you can see, the naming convention of all those resources are very much clear which resource belongs to which machine. So by that way, we will be able to find that this public IP address belongs to this machine. So that's why I am using the prefix and the naming convention here. Same as a 002 VM, as you can see, it is following the same pattern here. So that's it for now. In next video, we are going to learn how to create a multiple VMs, but using the input file as a .csv, where we are going to deploy multiple VMs into the multiple resource group, and we are going to use multiple subnets to deploy the machine. So by that way, you will be able to learn how can we create the multiple VMs, or how can we deploy our whole infra using one single input file. So stay tuned. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you.